Hello, everyone. It's Deborah Poneman, founder of Yes to Success, where we share knowledge and tools for you to live your ultimate life, ageless, anti-aging for your brain, body, and future, and the Awake Method, because it's time for all of us to wake up. I also have a new program coming up called Effective Communications, and it's a course on how to hit a home run, presenting on Zoom, on podcasts, and on live stages. But today, I want to talk about one of the most desired human experiences, and that is happiness. And it seems to me that most of us and the world needs a dose of it right now. So, I want to take a look at what science says about why happiness matters, not just for how we feel personally, but for our health and our longevity. And right now, most importantly, our impact on the world. Then we'll explore simple, practical ways to raise our happiness level. And I'll even give you a practice at the end. So, what is happiness? I mean, really, for the first time in history, we can actually measure happiness as a real psychological state. Happier people show more activity in the left prefrontal cortex, as well as smoother heart rhythms and higher levels of the feel good chemicals like serotonin and dopamine and oxytocin and endorphins. And scientists can even see happiness through body changes, more oxygen absorption, more relaxed muscles, steadier heartbeats, and better brain integration. Research by Sonia Lyubomirsky and others show that about 50% of our happiness is genetic. 50%. But the exciting part is that the other 50% is up to us. 10% of that other 50% depends on circumstances like income and marriage, like what's going on in your life. And the other 40% is shaped by our daily thoughts, our feelings, our words, our actions. So the good news, we can intentionally reprogram our happiness level, just like adjusting a thermostat to a more comfortable setting. So, why does happiness matter? Well, it turns out being happy isn't just a nice feeling. It really changes everything. Sometimes people think that seeking happiness is selfish, but in fact, over 225 studies show happy people are more helpful, more generous, and wired for kindness. Even little kids as young as 3 show spontaneous helping behavior when they're feeling happy. And it boosts brain power too. Happy people are more creative, they're better problem solvers, they have sharper memories, and are 37% more productive. And they're also healthier. So many benefits to being happy: lower risk of heart disease and high blood pressure, stronger immune systems, 35% less likely to catch a cold, and greater resilience to stress and trauma. But best of all, they live on average 7 years longer and enjoy a better quality of life while they're on the planet. So the question is, how can we create more happiness in our lives? And fortunately, there are specific proven ways to boost happiness, and they're available to all of us. So, first of all, let's take a quick look into the brain. Now, the left side of the brain, left, lights up with happiness, and the right side lights up with negativity. Okay, so you're negative, the right side. Say something bad about somebody, the right side lights up. The challenge is humans were wired to notice negativity more than positivity. It's a survival instinct that once kept us safe and alive. But Dr. Cassiopo's research showed that negative images create a bigger electrical surge in the brain than positive ones. So negative images cause a bigger electrical surge in the brain than positive, but we can still rewire that. So, with the unfolding of the science of neuroplasticity, science now proves that we can change our brains throughout our lives. Another doctor, Dr. Richard Davidson, says happiness and compassion are skills like playing an instrument or a sport. They can be learned and improved. When we consciously practice positivity, like looking for the good, canceling negative thoughts, and replacing them with positive, happy ones, expectant ones of the good things to come, the old negative neural pathways actually shrink and the positive ones expand, making happiness more natural over time. So, true happiness isn't about outside circumstances, it's an inside job that colors how we experience the world. So, besides choosing to put our attention on the positive, because wherever we put our attention, that's what grows and expands in our lives, there are other ways to build more happiness, like, believe it or not, exercise, moving your body. Exercise boosts what's called BDNF, which helps neurotransmitters function better. Some call it Miracle-Gro for your brain. It's so powerful that exercise is now officially recommended as a therapy for depression. But it's important to know that it's the regularity that matters most, not the intensity. And if you intensely, exercise just on Saturday and Sunday, it's not going to have the same effect as exercising every day, 20 minutes of getting your heart pumping. So start slowly, build up, check with your doctor if you have any health concerns. Another thing that we can do to improve our happiness consciously is practice gratitude. Taking just a few minutes a couple times a week to write down what you're grateful for can lower anxiety, boost optimism, and even sharpen your memory, which is very funny because I actually went to a lecture at UC Davis when I was visiting my nephew by a happiness expert, and he was talking about how gratitude sharpens your memory, but I forgot his name. Anyway, gratitude shifts how you see your life. Focusing on your blessings instead of what most people focus on, and that's what's wrong with their lives, is going to increase your happiness level. Another thing you can do is get outside. Most of us are low in vitamin D, and being in nature or even watching a beautiful sunset or you see an expanded vista actually boosts feel good chemicals in the brain. And believe it or not, even looking at art featuring nature scenes can calm the nervous system and lower stress. And back to vitamin D, taking a walk in the morning sun is excellent at boosting your vitamin D. Another thing you could do is meditate. Meditation is one of the fastest, most powerful tools to rewire your brain for peace, for resilience, for joy. The types of meditation I recommend are either Sahaj, Sahaj, Samadhi meditation taught through the Art of Living, artofliving.org, and transcendental meditation taught through tm.org. They both come from the same thousands of year old tradition and have scientifically verifiable results, which I like science. As a matter of fact, most of this talk that I'm giving this morning came from my partner who I teach um, Ageless with, Ronnie Newman, who is a Harvard trained mind body researcher. So we like scientifically verifiable results, and those are the two types of meditation that give us science in spades. Finally, the breath. Breathe consciously. Simple breathing practices can help you shift into a calm, happy state almost instantly. Remember straw breath I showed you a few weeks ago? I'll show it to you again. It's very simple. It's just breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, but you purse your lips like you're blowing through a tiny straw. Very, very slowly. Let's do it together. In through your nose and out through the tiny straw, very slowly. In through your nose. And for extra credit, you can close your eyes unless you're driving. Out through the pursed lips. One more breath in through the nose, out through the pursed lips. Slowly open your eyes. How do you feel? Relaxed, right? And maybe even a little bit of bliss. And you can do that anytime, anywhere. Or you can learn more advanced practices for rhythmic breathing also through artofliving.org. And here's something else amazing. We are all connected through something called mirror neurons. When someone smiles or feels joy, our brain actually mirrors that emotion back. We catch the happiness like catching a cold. Daniel Goleman, author of Emotional Intelligence, says emotions are contagious. By cultivating happiness within ourselves, we help lift the people around us. And if we all are uplifted, we can create a world full of peace and full of happiness. So I hope this has given you some ideas on how to become unshakably happy inside. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye for now.